of the shining sea. At the edge of the ocean, the waves crash, ever churning upon the submerged cliffs. They rush and roar, dull static that carries 1,000 minuscule beings with such forces as to be insurmountable. They are swept away, back and forth from their beginnings into their ends. Ever onwards do the tides turn, pulling away from shore at light of day and rushing to reach for the moon as the night begins to fall. Cold winds carry sublimated salt across the sand, seasoning all that dares to remain dry with the sharpness of that microscopic mineral. Small enough as to be invisible, yet so unignorably present all the same. The stars are submerged by the unruly, unreflecting currents, sparkling within the heavens as distant observers, unknown to the denizens of the deep. The waters are not a realm for them. Here in that primordial chaos where unpredictable life may spawn. For theirs is a cosmic purpose. Distant dreams filled with marvel at the wider unknown, testaments and records to all that once was and all will be. Here in the onyx ocean lie the dreams of the present. Wild, ever-changing beasts of fin and scale, flit through invisible jet streams and prey upon one another blindly. The darkness bears naught but strangeness here, where design gives way to survival and adaptability. This is a place that inspires fear. For it is our world's true unknown. Here where the past and the future mix into a melting pot of undiscovered flora and fauna. Here where even the bravest of explorers cannot find the bottom. Here where the abyss can not only be seen, but felt. The sea never stops. Her hands rise and fall, smothering all that drifts along her surface and crushing the ones that dare to dive too deep. The furious storms that she sends upon the land remind all that walks and flies of her power. Ancient and archaic and inconceivable as the mightiest deity. Ever present, ever adapting life lurks within her waves, changing not with her whims, but rather to best find their ways through her many moods. and it is through them that we see her for what she truly is. She is change. Change, wild and unpredictable, bubbles to the surface. Powerful primordial forces gain form and purpose, only to break upon the beach and become something new and defined. Destitute driftwood bears shells of those that dared to cling to its form. Legs and claws of chitin reaching for new experiences. Fins become feet. Scales into skin. Eyes that once peered through endless darkness now lie blinded by the magnificence of the stars that once hid from view. Staring back into the sea, the new life that lives on land will never forget the pressure of her chaotic clutches. Yet, for all the terror of the undulating unknowns that swim in her soul, there is beauty in the sea. Reefs of colors indescribable stand tall, sheltering all the schools of fish that claim them as home. Sharks, graceful and sleek, seek sustenance and dash through the radiant rays that sink below the surface. Dolphins and whales find familiar friends through sonar nigh silent to the human ear, forming families that will see distant shores together. Upon the sandy surfaces that lie in scattered hues of blue, kingdoms of crabs and luncheons of lobsters languish about, feeding upon the plankton that proliferates through the tide pools. And even when the inky night has claimed the skies above and obscure the ocean's opalescent contents, her glory begins to take new shape. Here, there, and everywhere, the stars of the sea begin to blink and shine. Minuscule mites of blue and green bioluminescence ride upon the sea foam, weaving a spectral aurora that dances in the depths. They rest upon the beachfront sands before once more returning to the tides. As the stars in space sparkle above, so too does the sea respond in kind. A celebration of the ocean more ancient than her, where all that might fuel her eternal evolution originated from, and where, one day, all that she creates might explore, shall one day explore, driven by the dreams that she has shaped. And the discoveries he still holds in her own ever-deepening heart. The end.